All right. Welcome, everyone. Yeah, we can come up to stand to begin. It's nice to see you again. So, go through a 45-minute yin yang yoga class. So, yin yoga is passive, and we hold postures for about 3 to 5 minutes long passively. And then yang yoga can be anything really that involves a little bit of strength and be working on endurance and stability. But in both of these practices, we want to use the breath. When we're moving a little bit quicker, we want to breathe for about 3 seconds in, 3 seconds out. And when we slow down, we'll breathe a little bit slower to wind down, okay? So to begin for today, just take your finger and then place it to the middle of your collarbone, where your sternum is. And from there, just a few inches down, or maybe even an inch down, you'll feel a bone. That's the beginning of your lungs. It's basically your second ribs. So you're gonna keep your one hand on there, and then one hand on your belly button. From the belly button, lots of things and like everything kind of comes out and around from the belly button. So if you want to close your eyes, you can, or keep them low. Just start to imagine breathing into your nose, into your lungs, and feeling the belly expand, but try not to make it poke out too much or stick in. Just watch it kind of go in all directions, up, down, side to side, front to back. And as you exhale, feeling everything kind of fall back in. Just connecting to your breath here and your body for 3 more nice breaths. Feeling a sense of you breathing into your stomach, ribs, chest, throat to nose. And exhaling all the way back down from the nose, throat, chest. Imagine breathing out towards your belly, down towards the pelvic floor. Do one, 2 more, breathe all the way in. And breathe all the way out. Again, breathe all the way in. Imagine even breathing into the backs of your lungs, the sides, and breathing all the way out. See if you can keep that sort of breath as we move through the practice. Bring your arms down by your sides, standing in mountain pose. Let's go through 3 half sun salutations to begin. With an inhale, reach your arms up above your head, lengthening through the fingers, reaching all the way up, and folding forwards, placing your hands down on your legs or on the ground. You can bend your knees a lot, if that helps. Now inhale, come back up into extension, so you come into a neutral position, and then fold forwards, flexing the spine. Then roll up to stand, reach up, and arms down by your sides, breathing out. 2 more, reach all the way up from your feet to the hips, shoulders, the hands, the head. Swan dive forwards, rolling down little by little. Inhale, roll up halfway. And exhale, roll down. Inhale, reach all the way up. And arms down by your sides. Let's do it one more. Reach your arms up, ball launch. And fold forwards, rolling down. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, arms down by your sides, breathing out. Okay, let's try something just to shake out the hips a bit. Might feel a little bit funny at first, but it's nice to do. Take your feet a little bit apart, and your feet and knees can turn out a bit. Place your hands on your legs. You're just gonna start to kind of make circles with your hips. Yeah, just kind of shaking them out a bit. Go ahead and go in the opposite direction. Awesome. Come back up to the center and then have your feet pointing straight forwards. Let's go through sun salutation A 2 times. Now reach your arms all the way up. Breathing in, holding forwards, breathing out. Lift your head, chest and stomach, breathing in. You can stay where you are. I'm just going to move so you can see better. Go back to a plank position. You can be on your knees. Lower down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Lengthen through the toes, legs, the hands and feet. And exhale, come into downward facing dog. Lift your hips up and back. And root down through your feet nicely through, like the four corners of them. Imagine the middle tops of your feet are lifting and lengthening all the way up your legs so that your hips are nice and supported by your legs, your feet. And then reach long out through the bottom of the spine to the top. And hold on with your hands so you feel all the way up to your shoulders. And all around your shoulder joints be nice and supported. Take another deep breath in. And a deep breath out, just like we did at the beginning. And look forwards. Walk your feet in between your hands. Make sure your knees are pointing straight forwards, in line with your hips. Lift your head, extend. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Arms down by your sides. Do one more. Reach your arms up. Fold. If it's a lot on your back, bend your knees. Lift your head, chest and stomach. Possible, root your feet down and lift your hips up. Go back to a plank. And lower. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your hips up and back. You can always do child's pose or cat-cow if you need. I'm feeling a nice stretch through the whole back of the body. Should even feel a nice stretch in your upper body. Should feel a nice stretch in between your shoulder blades, maybe even around the armpits. And breathe here. 3, 2, 1. Look in between your hands. Walk your feet there. Lift your head away from you. And fold. Stand up, reach up. Arms down by your sides. Good. Next, we'll go into Padangusthasana. So you're going to, with your first 2 fingers and thumbs, reach for your big toes. You're going to lift your head, chest and stomach. And fold forwards, bring your head down. Reach your elbows back towards your calf muscles. And breathe from the feet. Imagine up towards your hips, your head. From the top of the head, down the front of the body. Might even feel nice to stay connected from your hands and shoulders and just make some nice shoulder circles. Watching your shoulder blades move on your upper back. Breathing. Good. And with an inhale, lift your head, chest and your stomach. Hold your waist and breathe out. Bend your knees and roll up to stand. Breathe out, breathe in. Now you're going to step your right foot back a leg length, okay? I'll just move again so you can see. You can follow along as you need. For a triangle, reach your arms over your legs. The right leg and foot should be internally rotating, and the left leg externally rotating. Take a deep breath in. Place your left hand on your leg or foot, keeping your shoulder over your hand. If you have a block at home too, you can even place your hand on a block. And watch your body here. Watch your breath for 5. Your spine nice and long. 4. Keep it at its longest so that you feel comfortable breathing. 3, 2, 1. Inhale, come back up, arms over the leg. We're going to extended side angle with the same leg, okay? Step your right foot back a few steps. The back foot pushing off, then resist to the front. Bend your left knee over like your second metatarsal bone over your second toe, just above it. And from here, bend your right elbow, place your forearm on your thigh. Reach your right hand as far away from your right foot as you can. And look to one of your hands. Breathe up and down the spine here for 5 breaths. 4, left arm, left leg, right arm forwards. 3, yeah, that's it. 2, 1. Inhale, come back up, arms over the legs. Step forwards back to the top of your mat and stand still. Let's try the other side. Step your left leg back, arms over the legs. Place your right hand on your foot or leg. And nice long spine and breath for 5. Breathe in for about 3 seconds. Breathe out for 3, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, come back up. Arms over the legs. Work on extended side angle. Take your left foot back a few steps. Breathe in. Bend your right knee over your ankle. Place your right forearm down. Reach your left arm forwards. Look at one of your hands for about 5. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, come back up. And step forwards back to the top of your mat. Stand still. Okay, let's try chair pose. From here, have your feet pointing straight forwards. Feet underneath your hips. Hinge from your knees as best as you can. Go into chair. You can stay like this or reach your arms forwards, maybe a bit up. You can, for a looking place, look in between your hands, in front of your belly button, or even down in between your feet. Breathe for about 5. Now you're going to have to root down through the feet and lift up. Use the muscles of the legs to keep your hips in this position. 4. Reach out through your fingers. 3, 2, 1. Fold forwards. Bring your head back down. Inhale, lift your head up. And exhale, fold forwards again, okay? Back to chair pose, bend your knees and reach your arms out. From here, if you want to try, just to work on a little bit of strengthening. Try a one-legged chair. You can try lifting your right heel off the ground, maybe. If you feel supported, lift your right leg up for 3. Breathe up and down the spine. 2, 1. Good. Fold forwards, face your feet down. Lift your head up. Hold. Let's do it one more time. Bend your knees. Reach your arms up. Can you lift your left heel up? Can you lift your left foot up? 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Fold. You can press your feet down, both of them. Lift your head. Hold again. Roll down. Bend your knees and reach all the way up. Stand up. Arms down by your sides. Breathing out. Okay. Ah, let's sit down soon, hey? But before we go, I just wanted to show you a little bit about the shoulders that I recently learned. Well, not too recently. I've been working on it a bit. So if you want to try, when we're working with the shoulders and arms, you want to think about where your collarbones are in relation to your shoulder blades. So the collarbones, if you want to try, feel this bone that goes from here to here. It feels like a nice long key. My anatomy teacher, Tom Meyer, says, like one of those old school keys. And then you want to think about your shoulder blades, these palm-shaped bones here. And the insides should be parallel, and they should be floating on your ribs and a little bit away from your spine, okay? So let's try something. Place your right hand on the spine of your left shoulder. So the heel of the hand is on the clavicle and maybe on the scapula behind. Try and hold on to it and then reach your left arm out. You can look at it and just make small circles with your left arm. Just watch how the clavicle works with the scapula, front and back, just like I showed you before. And make circles in the opposite direction. And we'll switch sides. Hold onto the spine of your right shoulder. Put your right arm out. Make nice circles. You can look at your right hand. And breathe. Yeah, watch how it connects all the way from your hand, your wrist, your elbow, to your shoulder. Circle the other way. Good. From here, let's bring the arms down. Let's try a few yogic postures that involve the shoulders. So we're going to take the right arm across the body like this, and the left arm under. If you want to try, take your legs about a leg length apart. Your feet are straight. Stay like this or bend your elbow. Just push your arms into each other here. I'm watching those 2 points I was talking about before. And those points all the way to your fingers. Breathe up and down. And all around. You can stay like this, or you can bend your right elbow. You should feel a stretch like in between your shoulder blades. If it's too much, you back off, okay? If you can, you'll touch your left fingers to your right palm. Keep your fingers long. Notice which hand belongs to which arm. It can get confusing. You can lift your elbows up a bit if it feels good. Drop your shoulder blades down. You can look at your hands or your elbows. And then release your arms up to the sides. Push your hands, get the heels of the hands away from you, the fingers towards you, breathing in and breathing out. Imagine reaching out from the middle of your heart center out through your palms. Okay, let's switch sides. Bring the left arm under, bend the right elbow. Here, take the backs of the hands together. Say like this, or right arm goes up. Good. Reach your arms out. I believe we did that side twice. We're going to do the other side twice too. Let's try again. Bring the right arm under. Then the left elbow. You should feel a nice stretch in your left arm. You can stay like this for a few breaths, or touch your hands together. Just take a deep breath in, deep breath out. Now reach your arms out. Breath in, deep breath out. Can you reach your right arm up? And from here, you're going to reach your right arm up. Turn your palm back. Touch the back of your head without leaning too far forward, as best as you can. From here, can you bring your left arm back, touch your low back? Possible you can wiggle your hands maybe closer together. If it's too much, you can hold onto your right elbow like this. Good. And we'll switch sides. Take the left arm up, bend the elbow, reach your right arm back towards your low back. Wiggle them up towards each other, little by little. Breathe. Remember, if it's too much, hold on to your elbow. Good. And let's turn back to center, mountain pose. Deep breath in, and a deep breath out. Okay. Here, let's work on the yin portion of our class. When you're ready, let's come into a child's pose. Have the sides of your big toes touching. Open up your knees about mat width apart. And send your hips back towards your heels. If they don't go, you can place a block or something under there. And you can lengthen your spine forwards, your arms forwards. And rest the hairline down on the ground. Look down towards your nose and towards your belly button. And just watching your breath moving here. We're going to hang out in this posture for about 3 minutes. Not too long, not too short. If you can really shift gears here. My yin yoga teacher, she says that being a yinster is hard sort of quality to just relax and stay passive all the time. See if you can really practice that, just watching your breath, maybe breathing in for about 5 to 10 seconds, and then breathing out for 5 to 10 seconds. Feeling a nice stretch through maybe the toes, the tops of the feet, the ankles. It's nice to stress the bones a little bit. You might feel a stress through the tops of the ankles, maybe the shins, the muscles around there, the knees. You might feel a nice stretch through the upper body, the shoulders, the arms. your chest and back. And see if you can really breathe into it. And just notice what's happening. Paying attention. Keeping your senses nice and close to yourself. If having the arms out long becomes too much, bring your arms in a little bit closer to you. We've got less than a minute to go. Really open up your ears. Listen to your breath. Letting go of any tension that you feel around your jaw or your face, even around the eyes and the forehead. Another full breath all the way in, all the way out. And from here, you're going to lift the head up, come up into an all fours position. Just going to get you to shake the hips out so you can lift up and cat cow, and exhale, round. Inhale, lift and round. Might even feel nice just to move the hips in circles or in any way that feels nice. Okay, we're going to come forwards onto our stomachs and rest your forehead right on your hands. You can give your eyes a close or keep them soft, looking down towards your nose. We'll go into a mild back bend. We've done this one before, the Sphinx pose. You can stay like this with your legs wider if the back is quite stiff. Otherwise, legs closer. Stay like this or press up onto your elbows. Keep your elbows a little bit in front of your shoulders. And root down through the hands nicely so that your shoulders are nice and supported. You're going to keep your eyes on your nose. Eyes can be closed or open. See if you can keep them nice and still. If you'd like to try, you can even take the tip of your tongue and touch it to the back of your upper teeth or lower teeth, just so that you have a place to place your tongue in your mouth. Let the tongue relax. Let the back of the throat nice and open as you breathe. Stay like this if you still feel a lot of tension in your back. Otherwise, bend your knees. Imagine breathing from the pelvic floor all the way up towards the throat, the nose. Imagine staying tall and breathing all the way back down. And the pelvic floor is pretty much anywhere in between the pubic bone, the sitting bones, and the tailbone. You still want to try a bit more? We have less than a minute to go. Spread your hands on the ground Press them down and lift your elbows up. And keep your collarbones nice and wide and bright. The front of your heart, the back, nice and open as you breathe. Yeah, if it's too much, you can always come down and rest whenever you need. Almost there. Okay, slowly, slowly make your way back down. Place your hands on top of each other. You can look to the right or the left, even down. Any way is fine, really. Take a few more nice grounding breaths. Okay, from here, lift your head up. Just reach your right arm forwards and then roll onto your back. Once you're on your back, hug your knees in towards you or rock around a little bit. Might even feel nice to windshield wipe your legs. Might feel nice to lift your hips up and down like a bridge a few times. Good. All right. From here, we're going to go into a double leg twist, okay? Let's start with the legs up in a 90-degree angle. The legs can be together or hip width apart. Reach your arms out to the sides. Take a deep breath in. And slowly bring your legs over to the left side. And breathing out. We'll hang out here for 3 minutes, okay? If your arms start to go numb and tingly, please bring them down by your sides. Watching from the feet, you can push your heels away from you a little bit and spread your toes towards you. And then keep your feet in like a nice neutral position, right on top of each other as best as you can. Same with your shins, your kneecaps, the femur bones, the upper leg. You want to turn your thoracic spine, the middle parts of your spine, your upper spine to the right, little by little. Do not twist and rotate from your lower back. We'll hang out here for a little bit longer, okay? Remember, if your arms go numb and tingly, bring them down by your sides. Might feel really tight around maybe the right hip, the back. Imagine breathing into it and out. This can be a nice stretch for the upper body too. Just a little over a minute to go. Keep your eyes watching your breath, moving in your nose. Watch it move up and down your spine. A few more breaths. On your next inhale, slowly come up the center. And exhale, you can move around in any which way that you like. You might hug your knees in, shake your legs out. Okay, we'll switch sides, set your legs up. Keep the natural curves in your spine. There should be a little gap in between your lumbar spine and your behind your neck. You take a breath in and slowly bring your legs over to the right. And rotate the upper, the middle spine to the left. To make it a bit easier, you can look to your right hand. You can look to the ceiling, or to make it harder, you can look to your left. Let's hang out here 3 minutes. And maybe it feels a little bit awkward, and if you ever need to, you can always come back up and try again. Remember, if you feel hands going tingly, bring your arms down by your sides. And with twisting, you want to imagine a nice line from the inside of your right hip to the outside of your left rib. A nice line from your left inside hip to your right rib. Almost there. See if you can get a little more quiet, a little more still. Take a few more nice breaths. Good. And inhale, slowly come back up to center. Give your legs a shake. Hold your legs, lift your head up. Give yourself a nice hug. We're going to rest in Shavasana for about 3 minutes today, okay? Lay down on your back, either with your knees bent. You can always place like a pillow or blanket underneath your thighs or knees. For today, rest your arms out beside you. If you want to, you can always have your legs out long. It feels uncomfortable laying on your back like this, you can always rest on your side. Just make sure that you feel comfortable. Keep your eyes closed. Just watch your breath slowing down in your nose. Watching your body slow down. Let's rest here for a little bit, okay? Use deep in your breath. Tiny movements. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Bend your knees. Reach your right arm up and back behind you. And roll to your right. Hang out there just for even a breath or two. And slowly, slowly make your way up to sit. Once you're up, bring your palms together. Thank you so much for your practice. Hope you have a nice rest of your night. Thanks. Namaste.